Okay, I'm just going to show you guys how to do a better tutorial of the Turkish cast on. I originally did one on TikTok, but it's kind of hard to follow because I didn't want to talk in it. So here we are, trying again. Okay, so all I have here is my working yarn just on a slip stitch on the back of my nook. And then I also have the tail end of the nook string taped up here by the handle. This just makes the next part a lot easier and a whole lot less fiddly. We're going to take it off after, but just for now have it taped on there. And then we're going to hold on to the tail of the working yarn as well as the end of the nooking yarn there. Just hold it up and out of the way. And I'm going to wrap from the front to the back half the amount of stitches you want on your final product. So I'll wrap 9 times because in my final project I want 18 stitches for the toe. So I'm just going to take it and I'm going to wrap front to the back, working around that taped yarn. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm just going to double count, not including the slip stitch you have there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Awesome. And I'm just going to push those down a bit. Make sure you don't do these too tight because we need to work into them twice for the first 2 rounds here. So hold those guys nice and steady. And then I'm just going to take off this tape. Okay, so once you have the tape off, you're just going to pull the nook through, making sure you hold on to your stitches here. Just very gently. Okay, and then we are going to rotate the work. All right, and now in order to get the stitches not to be twisted in the final project, we're going to twist them now. So instead of going from the front to the back, we are going to go from the back to the front, and then yarn over and pull through. From the back to the front, yarn over, pull through, and we're just going to do that all the way across. Okay, once you worked all the way across, you'll have something that looks like this, a bit of a disaster, but we just have our 9 stitches, and then we have the slip stitch right at the beginning, and that is our first row. So we're going to pull the nook through. I wouldn't worry about pulling the rest of the nook strings through just for now, just because it helps keeps it a bit more sturdy. And then we're going to rotate this and then work on the other side. All right, so don't work in the slip stitch, but we're going to work down the other side as normal knit stitches all the way across. And this side, if you didn't leave enough slack, is pretty tough to work in. I probably should have went up a hook size, but okay. Once you get to the end of that, you'll have something that looks like this. Still a bit of a disaster, but bear with us here. Okay, so from here, we can take out our the nooking string, and then just it'll drop off that slip stitch when you do that. And make it look a whole lot less messy. Okay, there we go. All right, and then we're just gonna work back around one more time. So I'll put a stitch marker here so we can see when we get back to the beginning. Oh gosh. Okay, so I'm just going to work knits all the way around both sides until we get back to the beginning. Okay, so we knit around once more, and I'm just going to pull out my knooking tail. Alright, so now that we're here, I'm going to place a stitch marker on either side. And this is where we're going to put our increases to make the toe bigger. Okay, so now we're going to work our increases. So we're going to turn our work and knit the first stitch as normal. And then to do the increase, we're going to look at the row below and look for the right leg. So this is the left leg over here and then the right leg. And we're just going to scoop up the right leg, yarn over and draw up a loop through it. And then in the stitch above, so in the row that you're working on, pick up that stitch, yarn over, and then draw up a loop. And that is your increase. So I'll show you that one more time. So find your, oops, here we go. Find the right leg of the next stitch, scoop it up, yarn over, pull through, and then go into the actual stitch, yarn over and pull through as normal, and then you're going to work all the way across until the second last stitch. Okay, now that we're at the second last stitch, we're going to put another increase. So we're going to work a knit stitch as normal in here. And then look at the row below. So not the one that you just worked, but the one below here. And then we're going to find the left leg of it. So here's the right leg and then the left leg right beside it. And we're going to go into that left leg. Pick it up and then pull up your loop, and then that is the left increase. Work the next stitch as normal, and then pull your nook through. Alright, the next side is going to be the same as the first side. So we are going to work that first stitch as normal, a normal knit stitch. And then we're going to locate the right leg of the next stitch. Pick that guy up. Yarn over, pull through. And then do the knit stitch as normal. Just like that. And then we're going to work our way across. Just until we get to that second last stitch. We're going to work the knit as normal in this one. And then in the row below, locate the left leg. So right there. Drop your loop, and then that is your left increase. And then in that final stitch, we're just going to put a knit. And that is your first round of increases. So for the next round, we are going to just do a round of knit stitches, and we're going to work alternating increase rows and just regular knit rows to make it nice and even on both sides. So we'll go ahead and do that. This row is nice and easy. You just get to knit all the way around. All right. So we have made it all the way around. So this means our next row is going to be an increasing row. So I'll just get set up for that. Okay, we are on our next increasing row. So just like last time, we're going to work the first stitch as normal. And then before we do the second stitch, we're going to pick up that right leg. And then we're going to go into the regular stitch. Work all the way across until we get to that second last stitch. All right, now that we're at that second last stitch, I'm going to work into it as normal. Pick up the left leg, knit into there, and then knit into that final stitch. And I'm just going to repeat the same thing for the other side. So I've worked a few rows alternating the increase and then the regular knit stitch rows, and I've flipped it inside out, and as you can see, it's starting to create that little bit of a toe shape, sort of square like that. And all you're going to do is just repeat those 2 rows until you're happy with the amount of stitches that go around. I normally go to, I think it's 46 to get the circumference of my foot. But yeah, just keep working that until you're happy with it. And then you can join for your 2 at a time sock, or just do 1 at a time. There you go. And you can take out the slip stitch at the very beginning, just whenever you're ready, and then weave that in. And that's it. The Turkish cast on.